In this video, we aren't teaching you how to be perfect. We are teaching you how to survive. Specifically, we are teaching you how to use the phrases get by, get over, and get up when times are tough. Welcome to English Dose Radio. Today, in this deep dive episode, we break down 3 essential phrases for daily struggles. First, we will listen to a realistic dialogue about struggling with rent and life changes. Second, we will break down the hidden meanings of these phrases. And finally, we will do some shadowing practice so you never forget them. Welcome everyone to your daily session of calm, clear English. I am Sarah, your guide for today's lesson.
And I am Mark. It is good to be here with you all. You know, Sarah, today's topic is actually quite serious. Usually, we talk about ordering coffee or making travel plans. But today, we are looking at English for the hard days. We are looking at the language of survival.
That is right, Mark. Life is not always sunny. Sometimes we lose a job, sometimes we feel sick, and sometimes we just don't want to leave our beds. In English, we use phrasal verbs to describe these heavy feelings. The 3 we have chosen today, get up, get over, and get by, are incredibly common, but they carry a lot of emotional weight.
Exactly. These are phrases you will hear in movies when the main character is at their lowest point. But you will also hear them in honest conversations between close friends. To start, let's set the scene for our main dialogue. Imagine 2 friends, Tom and Jessica. They are sitting on a park bench. Jessica looks tired. She has been having a hard month financially, and she is feeling a bit defeated.
Let's listen to their conversation. Pay close attention to how they use the 3 key phrases. Do not worry if you don't catch every word. Just try to understand the general feeling of the situation. Here is the dialogue.
Hey, Jessica, you haven't touched your coffee. Is everything okay?
Honestly, Tom, not really. I lost my shift at the restaurant last week. I don't know how I'm going to get by this month with rent being so high.
I'm sorry, Jess. That sounds incredibly stressful. Have you looked for other work?
I have, but I just can't seem to get up the energy to send out more applications. I feel stuck. And I still haven't gotten over that flu I had last week. I'm just drained.
Listen, you always figure it out. You're tough. You'll get over this slump. You just need to focus on today. Do you have enough to buy groceries?
I have enough to get by for a few days if I'm careful.
Okay, that's a start. When you get up tomorrow, just send 1 application. Just 1. You can do that.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, I can do that.
That was a heavy conversation, but a very real one. Let's take a deep breath and start unpacking these phrases. The first one Jessica used was get by. She said, I don't know how I'm going to get by this month with rent being so high.
This is the core of our survival theme today. To get by means to manage or survive with the minimum amounts of resources. It implies that you do not have a lot, maybe not a lot of money, not a lot of food, or even not a lot of knowledge, but you have just enough to survive. You are not thriving, you are just existing.
Right. It is often used with financial struggles. If you say, I am getting by, you are telling people that you have just enough money to pay your bills, but nothing extra for fun or savings. It is a very useful phrase when you want to be humble or honest about a difficult time.
We also use it with the preposition on. This is a great structure to write down. You can get by on a specific resource. For example, if you are a student and you have very little money, you might say, I get by on instant noodles and coffee.
That is a great example. It means instant noodles and coffee are the only fuel keeping you going. You can also use this for skills, not just money. This is very relevant for our listeners. Mark, how is your French?
My French is terrible, Sarah. I know how to say hello and order a croissant.
So you could say, I can get by in French. This means you are not fluent. You cannot discuss philosophy or politics, but you can survive. You can buy a train ticket and find a hotel. You have the minimum amount of skill needed to survive the situation.
I like that distinction. It takes the pressure off. You don't always need to be perfect. Sometimes you just need to get by. Now, if you are enjoying this breakdown and want to ensure you get these daily doses of English reality, please take a second to subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep these lessons coming to you every day. Now, let's move to the second phrase from the dialogue. Jessica said she hadn't gotten over that flu she had last week. Later, Tom told her she would get over this slump.
Get over is fascinating because it has a physical meaning and an emotional meaning. In the physical sense, imagine a wall. To continue your journey, you have to climb up and go over the wall to the other side. When we use this for illness, like the flu, the illness is the wall.
Exactly. When you get over a cold, you have finished with the sickness and you are healthy again. You have crossed to the other side of the problem. But Tom used it differently. He was talking about a slump, or a period of bad luck and low energy. In this emotional context, get over means to recover from a difficult emotional experience. We often use this for breakups. If you break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, it takes time to heal. When you finally stop crying and feel happy again, you have gotten over them. And notice the grammar here. We usually say get over followed by the thing or person that caused the pain. You get over a breakup. You get over a shock. You get over a disappointment. It suggests movement. You are not staying in the sadness. You are moving past it. It is a very hopeful verb, really. It implies that the sadness is temporary. The wall might be high, but you can get over it. Finally, let's look at the third phrase, get up. Jessica said, I can't seem to get up the energy. And Tom said, when you get up tomorrow. The second one is easy. Get up literally means to rise from a lying position, usually out of bed. I get up at 7 a.m. We all know this one. It is part of the daily routine. But Jessica's usage is much more interesting. She said she couldn't get up the energy. This is a more advanced metaphorical use. Here, get up means to summon, to gather, or to produce a feeling or an effort. It is like you are pulling the energy from deep inside you and bringing it up to the surface. You might hear people say, I need to get up the nerve to talk to my boss. The nerve means the courage, so they are trying to find the courage inside themselves. In our survival context, getting up implies that you have been knocked down by life. Maybe you lost your job or you failed a test. Physically, you might be standing, but emotionally, you are on the floor. To get up is to decide to try again. It is that rocky moment. You are on the mat, you are tired, but you choose to stand. So when Tom tells Jessica to get up tomorrow, he means physically get out of bed, but he also implies restarting her life. He is telling her to try again. So we have 3 stages of survival here. Get by is managing your resources. Get over is healing from the damage. And get up is the act of restarting. They form a complete cycle of resilience. I think it would be very helpful to practice these in a structured way. Let's do some sentence building. I will give you a situation, and I want you to think about which phrasal verb fits best. Then Sarah will give you the correct answer. Ready? Situation number 1. You have very little money until payday. You are not buying new clothes or eating at restaurants. You are just surviving. Which verb do you use?
The answer is get by. You could say, I am just getting by until payday.
Situation number 2. You were very angry about a mistake your coworker made last week, but now you don't care anymore. You have forgiven it and moved on. Which verb is this?
The answer is get over. You could say, I got over it, or I got over my anger.
Situation number 3. Your alarm clock rings. It is cold and dark outside. You really want to stay under the covers, but you have to go to work. What do you do?
The answer is get up. You could say, it is so hard to get up this morning.
Now, let's go a little deeper with get by. I want to talk about the nuance of skill again. Listeners, imagine you are traveling in Japan. You only know 3 words of Japanese. Someone asks, do you speak Japanese? You don't want to say no, but you can't say yes. This is the perfect time to say, I can get by. It is such a useful phrase for language learners because it manages expectations. It tells the other person, please speak slowly, I am not an expert, but I can function. Let's try a shadowing drill. This is where the real learning happens. We are going to repeat 3 key sentences from our dialogue. We will say them slowly, then at natural speed. I want you to speak out loud. Open your mouth and copy our intonation. The first sentence is about financial survival. Listen. I don't know how I'm going to get by this month. Repeat. I don't know how I'm going to get by this month. Repeat. I don't know how I'm going to get by this month.
Good. Focus on the stress on know and by. I don't know how I'm going to get by.
Let's do the second sentence. This is about emotional recovery. Listen. You will get over this slump. Repeat. You will get over this slump. Repeat. You'll get over this. Notice the connection between get and over. It sounds like one word, get over. You'll get over this. The third sentence is about gathering energy. Listen. I can't seem to get up the energy. Repeat. I can't seem to get up the energy. Repeat. I can't seem to get up the energy.
Excellent. Now I want to combine them into a short story. This will help your brain link the concepts together. Imagine this story. You fall down. You have to get up. You have a bruise on your leg. It hurts, but after a few days, you get over the pain. You walk slowly because your leg is stiff, but you manage to walk to work. You get by.
Let's try to say that whole sequence together. It is a story of resilience. Repeat after me. First, I had to get up. Then I had to get over the pain. Now I'm getting by just fine. This connects to the mindset of learning English, doesn't it? Sometimes you make a mistake and you feel embarrassed. That is the moment you are knocked down. You have to get over that embarrassment. You cannot let the fear of mistakes stop you. And even if your vocabulary is small, you can get by. You do not need to know every word in the dictionary to have a conversation. You just need enough to connect with another person. We promised you at the start of this video that we would not just teach you words, but teach you how to survive difficulty using English. We have covered the financial struggle of getting by, the emotional work of getting over, and the physical and mental act of getting up. These words are your tools. When life is hard, using the right words can make the problem feel smaller. It allows you to explain your situation to your friends and family. It allows you to ask for help. Before we finish, I have a small challenge for you. In the comments section, I want you to write one sentence using get by. Tell us something you are getting by on. Is it coffee? Is it little sleep? Is it a small budget? Writing it down helps lock the memory in your brain. And if you found this lesson helpful, if it helped you get through your morning commute or your evening chores, please like this video and subscribe to English Dose Radio. We are here every day to make sure you have the English you need for real life. You have done the work today. You listened, you analyzed, and you practiced. That is all it takes. Small doses every day. Exactly. You didn't just get by today, you improved. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode. Time to get up and start your day. Goodbye.